Mariah Carey, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Torrence, and although today is Christmas, I am someone who thinks MC stands for Mariah Carey. Every year, I cannot wait to start playing her holiday music. I absolutely love Miss Mariah Carey. As you can see, we added our Funko Pop up there as soon as it came. I'm telling you, December 1st, she was out on display, and if you've noticed in all of my December videos, she's been right there, just sitting up, perched next to Mr. Basquiat. I wish they would give us one for all year round, but unfortunately, the only one we have is her in the Christmas uniform. But we're not even gonna be upset about it, honey. We got us a second one, and we absolutely loving her. But today, I'm actually recording this on the night of Christmas Eve because I'm getting ready to go surprise my family with their gifts. I'm someone who could never hold off until Christmas Day, and so I decided I'm gonna hurry up, get glam, and rush out the door. And of all of the collections that I wanted to play with for Christmas, I could not get my videos out because my laptop crashed. And so I'm like, Torrence, if you can do one collection, just one collection for Christmas, which would it be? My baby Mariah Wand. I know this may be a very old collection, but it's something I was going to play with during the holiday season on my own. And because I have a channel now, I wanted to make sure I showed you all this collection. I'm not sure if you all, well, I know for sure you can't purchase these items in the MAC store. I'm not sure if you could actually purchase them online, but I'm here to tell you, every single piece that I purchased from that collection 4 years ago still work beautifully today. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's the spirit of Christmas. Maybe it's the talent of Mariah Carey. But all of these products are still holding up, and I just could not wait to use them this year. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you already have, I would like to say thank you. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. And if you would like any details on how we achieve this look, just make sure you continue to watch. Alright you guys, it is time to go ahead and get started. Please excuse my voice and my face if for any reason I look crazy. I literally just woke up from one of the best naps ever. Right now it says it's 9:09 p.m. It is Christmas Eve, and my mother gets off work in about an hour, and because it's Christmas Eve, I am someone who never could wait. I was that kid who always wanted their present early. Screw waiting on the holiday or your birthday. I wanted my things now. And so, considering the fact she had to work Christmas Eve, I wanted to make sure I surprised her with her gift as soon as possible. So I'm about to do my makeup tonight, and I'll pop up on everyone on Christmas Eve. That way they can have their items when they wake up on Christmas Day. Whether they choose to open them today or not is up to them, but I just want to be able to wake up on Christmas and be able to relax, honey. I don't have any children, so I'm not waking up first thing in the morning on a day off, honey, to try to do anything. But what I wanted to do was go ahead and make sure I got this video out to you all because this has been an amazing year. Although this will take some extra free time off of my hands, I wanted to try to make up for all the tutorials I missed during the 2 weeks that I didn't do anything. But I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into it. The one collection I've always wanted to just like truly play all in was my MAC and Mariah Carey collection. In my opinion, this is the absolute best collection they've ever had, simply because I was not into makeup when they did the MAC and Rihanna collection. So although when I see the pictures of that collection, I think another one that can compete with that is probably like the Disney Villains or the Cinderella collection. From the pictures that I saw of those three collections, it seemed like they may be able to compete, but because that was before my time, honey, I don't know nothing about them in person. This MAC and Mariah Carey one though, honey, yes, I cleaned up. I cleaned up, honey, trust me. I got me a bunch of items. And because to me, the definition of MC is Mariah Carey, honey, we are going to go ahead and play with her because I have both eye quads here. We have one that's a little more warm toned. This one is called I'm That Chick You Like. It's a 4-pan eyeshadow quad, and I think I may be blinding you, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up close so you can get a better view of things. And I'm not sure if you can tell or not, but with this quad, all of the shades have at least a satin finish to them. None of them are matte, but if you know anything about Mariah Carey, you know that she always seems to have a glow. She's not the type of person to wear black or matte items too often around the eye area. You can usually catch her with a dark brown. The only thing that I usually see her with that's black is her mascara or her lashes. This here is the second quad. It's called It's Everything. In my opinion, this is the one I would have reached for first simply because it's a cool tone quad. And I absolutely love the fact that it has at least one velvet shade in there, the darkest shade. And that isn't a black, it's a black and brown. But for me, I would use it for almost any instance that I would need a black instead of a black smoky eye, because that particularly for me wouldn't be dark enough. But we're gonna go ahead and use both quads today. Also for the eyes, we have the liquid eyeliner in the shade This Is My Night. This here is a gold packaging here, but it's a dark brown liquid eyeliner. And you see they have the Mariah signature right across the bottom here. I think this is absolutely beautiful, and it's much prettier than their simple black one that they have for their permanent ones. For blushes, there were two with this collection. The first one is in the shade Sweet Sweet Fantasy. I love this blush and I've used it so many times. I'm telling you, honey, I love a nice corally pink blush. Couldn't do no wrong in my eyes. It has a nice, beautiful, small gold compact here. It's more like a frosted matte finish here, but it has the Mariah signature across the top. It's absolutely beautiful. This hot pink one here is in the shade You Got Me Feeling. Oh, honey, I remember that song, Emotions, honey. And once again, it just simply has the Mariah logo across the front. Same gold packaging. And this color is on all of the items except for the lip glosses, I believe. There are also two style of lashes. A more natural pair here in the style number 5. And we have a dramatic pair here in the style number 36. I picked these up simply for the packaging, honey. If Mariah put her name on it, those were the ones I wanted. Screw the permanent ones. This is what the style number 5 looks like. This is the natural pair. And this is what the pair 36 look like. Honestly, this is the pair I should wear just because they have a little more drama to them. But full lashes like this scare me, y'all, I'm telling you. There was also a highlighter, honey, and this was the biggest piece that I was after. I think if I couldn't get anything else, if you told me, Torrence, you were legally only restricted to get one piece, this would have been it. The My Mimi highlighter. Like, look at how beautiful that is, honey. You can see that from across the room, honey. Look at that. The My Mimi highlighter, honey, was so beautiful. Everybody had to have one. And you can tell I've used it, but I've tried to only use her on the side where the hair is because I have not want to damage the face. I have a backup of one of these, but honey, we only use this one because I'll never go through all of this. This is a ton of product. This thing says 10 grams. And she came with the MAC and Mariah Carey Kabuki brush here. Like, look at how big and how dense and how full this brush is. This was back before MAC discontinued their natural hair brushes. And I managed to get one of these because I love Kabuki style brushes. Like, it is just so thick, so full, and so soft. Like, yes. I've never actually used this to buff this product in, but I keep promising myself one day I'm gonna do it. But I'm telling you, honey, like, get into her. She's full, she's soft, and she has the Mariah logo stamped on the bottom here. This collection also came with a body powder here. It came with a small puff that was inside of the container, but I took that puff out immediately and put it in this plastic baggie because I did not want it to get dirty in any type of way. So what I did was I went to MAC and I bought a velour puff that I could use with this product here, and I just used that one instead because I'm like, I can always repurchase one of these, and I put this in before I actually peeled the plastic off. But this is what the color looks like on the inside. I tell you, everything about this powder, it's like a dark rose gold. Absolutely beautiful. See if I can get a close-up of this so you all can see it. You can see what that color looks like there. Absolutely beautiful. And I believe the collection came with 5 lipsticks and 5 lip glosses. I only grabbed 2 of each because at the time, because I was buying backups of certain items, I couldn't afford to grab everything. So the first lipstick I have here is I Get So OCC. Yes, I remember that lyric. And this here is a frost lipstick. I believe this was the darkest one in the collection. And when I purchased this, I knew for sure I would never want to wear this color. It was just One, I'm not a fan of dark lipsticks, so to grab the darkest one was already just like, no. Another thing was, I'm not the biggest fan of frost lipsticks. So that color combo already let me know if for any reason I wanted to go after it. Hopefully, if I found it the least desirable, most other people would either. I knew for sure I wanted something creamy and something that just had more of a shine, maybe even a matte finish. But a frost lipstick, I just haven't quite found my color to make me want to go, yeah, I have to have that one. But I just really figured the nudes would sell a lot better than the darker lipsticks, so I wanted to make sure I went after this one first. And get into this tube, honey. Not only do you have the Mariah signature there, but she also has a butterfly embossed right there into the lipstick. Like, are you kidding me, sis? Mariah went all out for this collection. And this is what the bullet looks like completely closed. Just beautiful all around. And the lip gloss that I keep right on the side of that is Little Miss Monroe, honey. It isn't, honey. It's called Little Miss Monroe. But just the fact that she named one that, I had to have it. I'm like, honey, we got to get one for Little Miss Monroe. And of the two glosses, this is the more yellow toned of the two. As you can see, once again, we have the Mariah logo across the center here. It just has the cap here. It doesn't have any of the gold like anything else besides the signature there. This here is the other lipstick that I have from this collection. As you can see, it's much closer to that butterfly there because I've used this one many times before. This is in the shade MCizzle. And because that last lipstick had a more nude tone to it, I wanted a nude tone gloss to go with it. And this one here is, and it's just like honey, one of Mariah's biggest hits. And I almost forgot she did the MAC 239 brush. This was a MAC shader brush here. And as you can see, it has the logo right there across the gold ferrule. I think this might have been the prettiest item in the entire collection in my opinion. This is more something that you could use actually every day. Although I've used it rather often when I first got it, I haven't used it recently, but I absolutely love this brush. There were also two lip liners. They were in the Pro Longwear formula. This one here is a more peachy toned one called New Ombré. And this one here is a dark brown pencil. This one is in the shade So Dramatique. And as you can see, I believe on your left hand side, it has the Mariah logo right there in white. Alright honey, we've done enough talking, and because if I don't hurry up, I'm not going to be able to catch up with my mother. We need to jump into things, so we're going to start off with the eyes. I'm going to start things off with the I'm That Chick You Like quad. We're going to use this shade here, Can't Escape Me, because it's a satin, and I believe this will make a beautiful transition shade. And as with all videos, all tools and product used will be in the description bar below. Alright, we're going to take this and we're going to buff this out as my transition shade. And this is going to be a rather soft look. We don't want to go for anything that's too loud, too dramatic. And it's not too often that I do an all shimmer look. I personally, although satins can be classified as a shimmer, many times depending on how matte your base is, it may even come off as a matte. And I'm definitely going to go in with a second layer of this color here. I know we're going for a soft look, but honey, I want to be able to see that a little bit more. It is showing up, but that is because I use a lighter base because this is something that is very much close to my skin tone. But I think you can see that on camera, can't you? Yeah, you can see it, and I can see it here too. I just want to make sure that the colors do show up for you all. And considering the fact that this collection is about what? I think 4 years old. It's funny how this stuff is still working, still building, still blending. I want to go in with just a tiny bit more right here on this bone area. It's the one area I tend to have just a little more issues with building up. I like to go up a little bit higher right there. But that's good enough for me, sis. We're going to go ahead, skip ahead, and we'll be right back after we finish off this eye. Alright, now look at that. Nice, soft, beautiful blend. Now we got to decide what shade do we want to go into our crease, You know what? I've decided to stick with this same quad. We're going to go into the crease with this shade here, How You Thrill Me. Baby, this shade still came off pigmented on this brush, honey. She didn't come to play. So we're going to take a smaller blending brush and put this into our crease. And I'm telling you, out of all of the palettes I could have used this year for Christmas, I just had to use my Mariah ones. The reason being is, one, I'm a huge Mariah fan. In case you haven't noticed, you see we got our Mariah Funko Pop up there. She's been up there for quite a minute. I don't know if y'all caught on to her, but I hope you did. Oh, and she's a nice pigmented shade. Didn't I tell you that, honey? Look at that. We're going to put her in the crease real low. And because we want this look to be a little bit softer than that, what we're going to do is take our original brush and buff that shade up and out a bit, honey. She came out darker than what I thought she would. Ooh-wee. We'll use this just to soften her up a bit. Mariah's known for nice, beautiful looks, but she don't go too dark with it. She like to keep it nice and soft and subtle. Okay, I'm liking that. Alright, but speaking of Mariah, while I dip my brush again, and we're going to repeat that same process on this eye while I keep talking. But speaking of Mariah, honey, not only do I love my darling, I love that music and the fact that her song, All I Want for Christmas, went back to #1 again. Already had me in my feelings. But now she got another hit to add to her record, honey, with Old Santa featuring Miss Ariana Grande and Jennifer Hudson. I was here for that. Yes, sir, I was here for that. I was in love, honey. I've been bopping both songs every day. You can't tell me nothing about them. And I think to get this side to the same level of smokiness, I got to add a little more color. Especially right here in the top of the crease. We're just trying to repeat that same look. Yes, man. Okay, now we soft and we are cool, honey. So what are we going to do next? I think what we're going to do next is cut our crease. Alright, and now I'm going to go ahead, put a lot of glitter adhesive on my lid, and we're going to cut our crease rather high today. And I'm telling you, the fact that Mariah Carey has not only broken her record, she's created new records in new countries. She's created new records in new countries. Because I found it hard to believe that there were countries in the world where her song hasn't gone #1, but apparently there is. But she's going to cover those eventually too, honey. Just wait and see. My baby that came through and not only been an icon to pop music, but she's also an amazing icon to the Christmas holiday season. Bam. Simple, done, effective. We're not going for nothing dramatique. I keep bringing up that dramatic word, but I'm still scared to try those lashes, see? Talking crap and can't back it up. I'll be right back after we finish off this eye. Before we go in with our shimmery lid shades, I want to go in and fill in my outer V. So we're going to go back in with that dark brown shade, How You Thrill Me, and we're going to fill that up first, and then we'll possibly deepen that up even further depending on how this comes out. So we want to start right here, and we want to start rather small and just build up and out if need be. This shade is very pigmented and we don't want it to take over. That looks far enough to me. Yep. We'll go ahead, tap our brush a little bit, hit this other side up. Now I'm going to take another brush. I know it looks stained, but there isn't any product on it right now. And we're going to first use that to try to knock off as much of that other color off first, just to help soften it before we deepen it back up a bit. And then to deepen up our outer V a little bit more, we're going to go into the It's Everything quad and use this shade here, Images of Rapture. Alright, and now we're going to use this and we're going to buff this into the outer half there. And I can honestly see where that's deepening things up. So we're going to use that just on the most outer points there. You still want to be able to see that fade and that transition. I'm going to just quickly do that on this side here. Then we may also use this to deepen up our crease later on because this is the smallest brush of them all and the darkest color. We'll see later on. For the inner half of our lids, we're going to stick with the It's Everything quad and use this shade here, Diamond Butterfly. It's a frost finish, so I know it'll give off a nice shine. Alright, and now we have our brushes loaded. And baby, I am telling you, I have wanted to use this entire collection for some time now. There have been times when I use just this eyeshadow or use just this lip pencil, but I've never done a full face using all of the items, or at least as many of the items as I possibly can at one time. And although we got some fallout, baby, that color there is beautiful. Let's go ahead and get this other side popping. And for the outer half of our lids, we're going to jump back over to the I'm That Chick You Like quad. And we're going to use this shade here, Golden Petal Scattering. This here is also a frost finish, but it'll help warm things up a bit. Alright, and we're going to use this to fill up that spot in the middle. And what we're also going to do is help blend those two colors together. We don't want a harsh line that brings these two together. Okay, honey, look at that. Debating on whether I want to go in with the second layer. You know what, why not? Oh yeah, she gives me more pigment. And she's definitely building beautifully. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Why do one layer when you can do two? Baby, Mariah got us looking nice. I am telling you, sis. I'm debating 50-50 on whether I want to go ahead and leave that as a nice high cut crease, or do I want to soften this look up a bit? You know what? Screw that. We're going to leave it just like this because I'm sort of feeling that Mariah Carey might have left this off, but I ain't as good as Mariah, so we're not going to worry about that. We're going to go ahead, finish off the face, and I'll be back to show you how we'll finish off the eyes and the lips. Alright you guys, we are back, and as you can see, I've finished off most of the face here. I went in and used the natural lashes, the ones in the style 05. I went ahead and put those on. I also decided to go on and put on a little bit of the eyeliner here. I'm telling you, I started off trying to go in and do a very thin line, wanted to go back over a certain spot that I missed and accidentally went up a little too high. So this wing liner turned out a little thicker than we wanted it to, but I didn't have time to start over, so I'm like, hey Torrence, everything's gonna have to be what it is. On the cheeks, I decided to wear the Sweet Sweet Fantasy blush. I have that here. I absolutely love this color. Truly wish they would bring this one here back. For mascara, I'm still using a sample of the MAC in Extreme Dimension 3D Black Lash. I figured since I'm going to be wearing lashes, I don't need to wear mascara that's going to be fully opaque and do the job for me, considering no matter how full the mascara makes things, the lashes are always going to be a little bit longer. So I decided to stick to a more natural mascara. For eyeliner, although I really wanted to go in with something a little bit darker, I figured Torrence, Mariah said stay away from mattes for now. We're going to go ahead and stick with that. So I went in with my Urban Decay Tiger's Eye eyeliner here. This is from the Stone Vibes collection. Normally I would just do a dark brown, which is the Demolition, but I wanted to see exactly what this looks like. And although she's pretty, more than likely I'll probably end up giving this away because I don't see me using this too often. And for lip liner, I went in with the shade So Dramatique. I wanted to use this one because it's the darker of the two. And although I can tell that there's something on my lips here, with this being more of a satin finish instead of a matte, that's probably why it's not showing up as deep as I wanted to. But hopefully a lighter lip color will help this blend in together. But we still have a little bit that we want to finish up on the eyes here. We still want to do our lower lash line as well as our highlights. So we're going to go in and do that. And speaking of highlighter, I'm wearing the My Mimi highlighter all over the face. We have it here on the cheeks as well as above the brows, the nose, the cupid's bow and chin. And I'm telling you, honey, I love this color. In the pan, to me, it looked like it would be too dark to wear for my skin tone, but it honestly blends in so beautifully. I'm telling you, I'm never getting rid of this thing. I don't care if it becomes hard as concrete, I will still keep it just for visual effects. For the lower lash line, we want a little more drama because I don't feel as if my waterline is dark enough. So we're going to start off here with the push liner brush in the shade How You Thrill Me. Then we're going to buff that out with this shade here, Can't Escape Me. And honey, I know I am in the holiday spirit if I'm going around wearing lashes for absolutely no reason. Normally I have an event or something to go to. But no, it is in the middle of the night. And I decided, hey, let's just go ahead and throw on some makeup, sis. Oh no. That would be the perfect excuse to make sure I go ahead and skip some lashes. But my mommy and Mariah and the holiday season deserve it. Bam, that's giving me some structure right there, honey. Gonna skip ahead, do this on the other side, and we'll be right back. Okay, now that we have that color on, we're going to take our pencil brush and we're going to buff that out. And honestly, I went in with this very small brush and I think this one isn't going to be large enough. So we're going to try this first. And if it doesn't buff it out as far as I want, we'll go back in with our MAC brush. Not even sure what made me grab this one today. Yeah, and this one is definitely buffing that color out. But it's not sending out the color as far as I want because this is a much too tiny brush. Let me switch over. Yeah, see? This larger brush is sending my color out much further. That's what we need right there, sis. Okay, we're going to do that on the other side and I'll be right back. Okay, honey, look at that, look at that. Now that we have our eyes done, we're going to switch over to lipstick. For lipstick, we're going to go ahead and stick with the nude and go with the shade MCizzle. That shade I Get So OCC is just going to be a little too dark for my comfort zone, so we're going to stick with this one here. Going to just put this here in the center of the lips. And let that blend out to the edges. Oh yes, honey. It is amazing how creamy this lipstick has stayed over the years. But the one thing I can tell you is this lipstick liner combo is not going to work, honey. This lip liner is beautiful, but with this lipstick, no ma'am. I think I need something just a little bit darker because this nude is so light. We're going to try overlining her before we jump to another liner. No point in lying, sis. At first, I was like, she giving me dead cash. She giving me ashy. But after putting on this liner on top, I think I like her. Normally I would use this lipstick with my cork or my chestnut liner. I've never used it with the So Dramatique. But this combo together, okay sis. We're gonna go ahead and work with her. We're gonna work with her. And as if this look is not nude enough, we're gonna top it off with the nude gloss. We're gonna go in with the shade It's Just Like Honey. Actually, no. I know I have those two together, but just to make sure we can warm this up a little bit, we're gonna go in with the shade Little Miss Monroe. Gonna flip things a little bit today. And I really wanna try not to get this doe foot dirty. So we're gonna just try to press and tap the gloss on first, and then go back in and blot the lips together. Gonna do 3 dips. Okay. Gonna go in and do that one more time. I think that's even translating on camera how that just warmed that color up a little bit. Now it's time to go ahead and set everything, and you know, normally I would go in with my Fix Plus and my cheap fan, but because it's Mariah, honey, we got to upgrade ourselves a little bit. So instead of going in with my normal Fix Plus, I usually keep it here in this limited edition bottle. This is from the Fruity Juicy collection, and I normally use this one, but instead we're gonna use this one here. I absolutely love the packaging on this one, and this one is in the scent Cherry Blossom. I've never actually used this one, and I've been waiting on a special occasion, and it seems like today is the day. This here is what the bottle looks like, and with those petals scattering all over the place, honey, I just absolutely had to pull it out. Not only that, but you can see that the bottle cap has an iridescent finish, so I absolutely love that. And instead of a cheap fan, we're going to use our Patrick Ta fan that we finally opened up. We haven't used it yet, but today is now the day. So you already know the routine. Fix Plus to add a glowy dew. All-nighter so things last all day. And for Mariah, expensive fan, expensive breeze, good times. Honey, we don't do cheap with Mariah. I'm going to give this a few more seconds to dry, and I'll be back to show you all the final look. And this is the final look. I'm going to go ahead and give you all a full face view of things before I tell you all my final thoughts. And of course, honey, it's Mariah. What else can you do but love things? Especially considering the fact this collection is at least 4 years old. It's like, honey, I did not expect these products to still work. The only thing I can say I had any issues with would probably be this lip liner here. I personally wish it came off a little bit darker just for my personal skin tone. But considering the fact this is a collection that every piece is supposed to work for and with Mariah, not necessarily me, we not even gonna be mad at it. I think if I were to wear this again, more than likely it would probably be by itself as a full lip color with another color around it. I don't think I would wear this as a liner itself, simply because I find that you have to wear it after the lipstick, not necessarily before it. But it blended, it went on beautifully. What really, like, if nothing else, the one item that shocked me the absolute most was this liquid eyeliner. Because on the package here, it says it has a 6-month shelf life. But I'm here to tell you all, this thing went on just as beautifully. I don't have any type of irritation. My eyes aren't watering. They're not itching, burning, anything like that. But that could potentially be because I never actually opened it. I took it out of the packaging and had it just sitting there. But I never actually unscrewed it and looked at the color of it. I just played with another one that I had. So that could be why it never got exposed to air or bacteria, things like that. Because the same thing could be said for the lip glosses. Although I've, looked at them, played with them a few times, for the most part, they stayed airtight, they stayed closed. So they went on just fine. I didn't have any issues. With the lipsticks, I ain't gonna lie, I've been using this bad boy over the years, and I only got a few more uses before that butterfly wave. Ooh. It looked like the antenna on this one gonna be swiped on my very next one. Like, baby, she is getting close. So she's still amazing because I disinfect her after every use, and I'm gonna make sure I disinfect this entire collection when I get through. But I hope you all truly enjoyed this video. I'm about to make sure I pack all the gifts up and go head over to the family's house to make sure I surprise everyone, because even though they know exactly what I look like and everything like that, I just really want to be in a festive and glam mood. I want to make sure when I show up, they can see from a distance, oh, Torrence is feeling himself today, baby, because I managed to get gifts that have sentimental value. I know some of the things that my family really finds close to heart. They all know that I really like makeup. But I know things like my mother, right now, she's just obsessed with grandbabies. I don't know if she think I'm going to give her one no time soon, but we made sure we got her a few things for the grandbabies. Got my sister a few hair care products and some easy to use makeup. I'm someone who personally loves my brushes. She likes her fingers, so we made sure we got some few things like that. With my brother, he's a huge Superman fan. So I got him some limited edition, actually some sold out memorabilia, and I was truly shocked to be able to even find a certain piece, but unfortunately it is not going to make it here in time. So I just made sure I got gifts for the children. His gift will just have to arrive late, but I know he's not going to feel bad about that. It's just when he finally sees it, he's never going to be quiet about it. But I hope you all truly did enjoy this tutorial. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure, if for nothing else, you give this a thumbs up for the holiday season and for Miss Mariah Carey, because, honey, she is the queen of Christmas. And I'm going to make sure I do another video showing you the items that I got for Christmas this year. 9 times out of 10, I usually don't expect anything for the holidays or for my birthday, simply because I'm single, and usually if I want something, I'll either just save up and get it or just get it on my next paycheck. But this year, a few friends of mine decided to get together to do Secret Santa, and I was actually surprised and shocked by some of the things that I got, because this year my friends truly showed out. So I'm going to make sure on my next video for Saturday that I'll go ahead and show you the things I got for Christmas. But I do need to hurry up and pack up and leave to make sure I catch up with the family. So with nothing else, I hope you all remember to practice, continue to stay blessed, enjoy your holiday season, and until next time, goodbye, YouTube. Ooh. Hold the knees.